Y'all, before we get started, I thought what we'd do, y'all come on up here. Y'all come on up here. We're just going to get the whole crew in here. I'll let everybody just tell you. Y'all may know all these folks already, but y'all want to just start, tell them your name and who you're with, just so if they have questions at the end, they'll know who they're talking to.
I'm Sid Love. I'm investigator for the Sheriff's Office.
My name is Josh Love. I'm the EMA director for Treutlen County. Mayor of the City of Soapton. Corbett Reynolds, District Engineer for East Central Georgia.
Jimmy Garner, I'm the State Court Judge for Treutlen County.
Thomas Corbin, the Sheriff of Treutlen County.
Well, let me just thank you guys for being here today. I really wanted to come down and see the progress, but also just thank this great team. Obviously, we've got a robust state response, but also have had great support from the locals. We reached out to them as soon as we found out what happened, really at 3 o'clock in the morning to offer our support. We knew it was going to be a strain. Mayor on the city of Soperton and Adrian as well from a traffic standpoint. So I want to thank Lieutenant Colonel Hitchens, Sheriff Corbin, and the rest of the local first responders for really working on the traffic issues. We just appreciate the local support, but also appreciate really the DOT team who's been coordinating all this on the ground, have done just incredible work. Corbett Reynolds is the District 2 engineer, and then Mike Taylor is the maintenance engineer, and they have really helped coordinate the response down here with a great private sector workforce. Fortunately and unfortunately, they've had a lot of experience doing this before with the I-85 bridge collapse after the fire in Atlanta. And I just want to thank C.W. Matthews, D.H. Griffin, who's doing a lot of the demo, and McClendon Enterprises, who's been hauling the debris away. And really this team getting this done a lot quicker than we ever thought it would. I'm going to let the district engineer, Corbett Reynolds, give you a quick update on a few more details, and then we'll take some questions.
Good afternoon. As the governor was mentioning, we made a lot of progress overnight. The great thing when I returned this morning was to find about 4 o'clock this morning that most everything had been piled up and broken up. So it allowed us to get well ahead of schedule. We put some schedules out there that we have exceeded, and mainly we've exceeded them because everything that we kind of put in place thinking may be a problem has really gone our way. About the only problem we had was a little thunderstorm yesterday. So the deck weighed close to 600,000 tons. They were able to drop that to the ground by about 2 a.m. And by 6 a.m. they had that broken up and ready to transport. So we've been hauling since 7 a.m. That's just about gone, as you can see. So 600,000 tons, probably about 30, 35 loads at least have gone out of here with various size trucks. We are very hopeful, and our schedule, revised schedule, is to open westbound today by 5 p.m. We'll be asking Georgia State Patrol to escort the traffic down from our traffic control on the other side of exit 78. And crews will continue to work diligently to get the other side safed up so that we can prepare to open at latest tomorrow morning on the eastbound side. But you can see the progress that's been made, and we're looking for opportunity to open even sooner if possible. That's about all I have, Governor. Thank you.
Billy, you want to give any update on traffic?
I can.
Yeah. Currently, right now, we're sending detours through Soperton and Adrian, and we have specific ways for you to go. So if you're going westbound, you're supposed to go through Adrian, going eastbound through Soperton. And those towns are small, so be patient as you go through. The sheriff has folks that are working that area trying to help traffic get through as fast as we can. We also have our troopers that are out patrolling the area, so if there are any issues, we'll try and address those and try and speed up traffic as fast as we can. And we also are working with our DOT partners to address any issues they see.
Sheriff, you and the mayor want to give a quick update, and we'll take
I want to start off. Yesterday morning, wee hours of the morning, we got the call that the truck had struck the bridge, and nobody ever believed that the truck would have shifted that bridge. I think it was a little over 4 foot that it actually shifted the whole bridge. And all our people responded. We started making phone calls, and I especially want to thank the governor and his office for what they've done. I want to thank Georgia State Patrol, Lieutenant Colonel Hitchens, and Captain Lewinsky for what they've done for us in this area. Without them, we couldn't have made it with the traffic. Soperton's a small town. We're a small rural area, and they've really helped us to get through this. It's been tough, but we're making it. And also DOT, I finally made it out here yesterday. I was in court all day yesterday, but I made it out here yesterday evening at 6 o'clock, and they had all the equipment lined up. They were getting the trucks ready, and they were getting ready. And by 2 o'clock that morning, they had that bridge down. And today, y'all can see they've got it cleared, and we got a timeline of 5 o'clock for the westbound, and that's really going to relieve a lot of the traffic and really help us out. But Georgia DOT needs a pat on the back for what they've done. They've worked around the clock, and they've really done a good job to get this back open and back flowing.
In my lifetime, I don't ever remember seeing anything this devastating happen traffic-wise in Treutlen County or city either way. And the remarkable thing is, it's almost like a magic trick that just happened. For all that to get tore down and hauled off as quick as it did was a major concerted effort from the governor to the state DOT, the sheriff's office, EMA, Georgia State Patrol, and the city too. And we've had a few. Let me say one other thing. Also, we've had hurricanes in the past. Never before have we had this much traffic come through the city of Soperton. And, you know, the main objective is not to let traffic get stalled up, because the traffic's got to move, you know. And I think everybody getting together has done a wonderful job, and I appreciate it. We needed your help, and y'all delivered. No doubt about it.
Appreciate that, Mayor. And also, again, just want to thank the private sector partners. They've been out here working as much as the state and the local folks have too, so it's been a great partnership. We'll open it up for questions for really any of these folks.
I guess, Governor, maybe the obvious, but how key was it to get especially these westbound lanes going? Well,
no, you know, when Commissioner McMurray and I talked about this yesterday at the Capitol, he got that question, and obviously because the impact on the bridge, that was one of the decisions on why to open this side of I-16 up, but also just the port traffic we have, really the situation that we got in Soperton and in Adrian too. I mean, going through small towns is bad, but when you have to go through small towns and tractor trailers are having to make turns, we realize that is tough on the locals, and I appreciate the sheriff and Lieutenant Colonel Hitchens and the State Patrol's cooperation, along with the city too, Mayor, just to help keep that moving. We appreciate the citizens being patient. We're going to try to get this thing rolling. Thankfully, it's going to be sooner than we thought, but it's also important for commerce, really, and our tourism industry a lot. We have a lot of tourists that come through I-16 trying to get to our coast, get to the city of Savannah and other places to spend money and do business with hard-working Georgians, so we know that's important as well.
We haven't heard much about the truck driver, but in the end, who's paying for this? Is it taxpayers?
Well, I'll let Lieutenant Colonel Hitchens talk real quick, see if he has any update on the driver and, you know, potential charges. Commissioner McMurray talked a little bit about that yesterday. Obviously, we'll let the law enforcement side handle whatever charges or not. But then, obviously, something like this, you know, we're going to be involving the insurance companies for restitution to the state for damages and other things, depending on what that looks like. That's very early in the process now, but that'll be something we're pursuing. You got it.
We're still very early in the investigation. We're working with our federal partners with federal DOT and our federal side of truck driver commercial vehicle. There are going to be some charges coming. We've already identified some things, but we want to finish the investigation before we make final decision on exactly what we charge the driver with, and traffic charges and things that go along with his commercial license.
And he was not injured? Seriously?
Not to my knowledge, not seriously.
Well, we talked about that yesterday, man. It's a miracle when you think about that guy hitting that bridge, the truck going through that guardrail right there and ending up in those woods, and nobody on the other side got hit and they didn't get injured. So we are thankful for that.
How vital is it to get this opened again, considering the volume of truck traffic headed to the ports down in Savannah?
Well,
Back from
yeah. Well, it's both. I mean, the traffic coming to and from the port is vitally important, especially if you're, you know, a merchant that's trying to get the goods that are coming out of the port, or if you're, you know, a merchant or an exporter that's trying to get goods shipped overseas to receive payment and other things of that nature. But we also know from just people trying to get to work, people moving their families to whatever activities they have, vacation and other things, and then the impact that it's having on small cities in rural Georgia, you know, are just as important in many ways as commerce is, especially if you're one of those citizens that live in those cities. So that's why when I called when Commissioner McMurray called me to let me know what had happened early the other morning, I told him, I said, look, you've done this before. Let us know whatever you need. Throw everything we got at this, and let's get that interstate open as quick as we can. And Georgia DOT, our private sector, state, local partnerships have certainly delivered, or will here shortly, on that, better than we ever thought. All right, thank you guys.